Yo, fresh out the oven, ready to run. What's hot this week at Just Bagel Run? Jeff and Aaron bring the fun. It's the weekly run, let's get it. The weekly run from Jeff Bagel Run.
Welcome back to the weekly run. We're here again, Jeff and Aaron, at your service to talk all things bagels and Just Bagel Run. How are you, Aaron?
I'm doing great. I'm great.
That's
It's,
not what you said in the pre-interview.
yeah, well, this is on camera. No, I'm doing good. I was saying in the pre-interview, it's been a long week. Sometimes they're long, but it's been a good week. For at least for our side, our team, we pushed out some nice updates right before some store launches, got some great feedback. I know we're doing the Joy Report stuff, and I know you've got another good one, but I had a little one that I wanted to share too. I can kick off with that. But we're opening new stores, and our store opening team, as you know all too well, you're embedded with them this week, but they're the tip of the spear. They go out there and they do the incredible hard work of basically starting a business over again every couple of weeks. They
It's
have
like
to keep that
Groundhog's
going.
Day.
It's Groundhog's Day,
It is
right? Like
Groundhog's Day. It's 100% Groundhog's Day.
we all get to we all get to move on, and our jobs sort of mature as we improve systems. They get to live the first week of a store over and over and over again. So
My
they're the real heroes.
my my bakery trainer today, uh, his name's Bryce. He's great. He's been working in stores for like 3 years, and this is the first time he's trained a team, and he did Monday with the team, and then on Tuesday, we bring in, like, a whole other team, and at the end of the day on Tuesday, he goes, "Wow, that was like Monday again."
It is like you have to have the joy in that process, and our team definitely does. But we had to get some changes out for this release. This is another drive-through store in our system, and we're still refining what that means. And so, a bit of a quick turn on some features for this new store layout, and just got a nice email back from the team, just like, "Hey, everything worked great. Really appreciate that this was ready when we went to this location." And I was like, "Oh, that makes the long weeks, not so long." So that's why I'm feeling good.
Well, I was very excited when you sent me that text message that said the drive-through update should be pushing out,
Yeah.
and we had we had it. We could print stickies in the drive-through. It was great. It was great.
There's nothing like just in time the
It's the
features
small things. It's
development.
the small things, Aaron. It's the small things. Yeah, so new
That's
stores.
what I tell myself.
New stores. Yeah, Joy Report's coming. We got that on the agenda today. We'll talk a little bit about new bagels of the day as well, but I am I'm just excited about new stores. We got 3 in a row, back to back to back. So I am in Madison, Alabama right now. We are opening the store Friday, February 20th is grand opening day, and then the week right after that is Colorado Springs. Super hyped for that opening. Dave has been Dave's a franchisee out there, and he's been really excited about that. That will be on grand opening on Friday, February 27th. And then, while every new franchisee is excited about opening stores, I don't know if there is if I think the Neptune Beach team might be like front runners for most excited. If
For
that
excitement.
Yeah, I think if you are like, if we're doing like a Grammy style or like Emmy style award where like, and here are the nominees for the most excited franchisees to open their store, Neptune Beach team is like hyped. Like they got their CO and they're in their store early. They're making dough and they're going to be doing bagel runs weeks ahead of their grand
Hmm.
opening, which will be on March 2nd. No, March 6th. Sorry, March 6th. March 2nd is my wedding anniversary. March 6th is
Important
grand
dates, Jeff, to have on your calendar regardless. You might want to store them in time, but good dates to have on the calendar, just
Yeah, great date.
overall.
Yeah, good dates to know. So, yeah, 3 openings back to back to back. So, it's
Now,
pretty
why do
exciting.
you see that's an interesting thing with the Neptune team, and I remember meeting them in office and not surprised, and sometimes I think when it's sort of group ownership like that, you know, sometimes it's like good energy feeds on itself, and I think that they kinda get each other excited, versus just sort of maybe if it's 1 or 2 owners, like, they're a little beat up by this point, of getting everything situated and all. It's just a very long process, in general terms, to get to that point, so they're excited, but maybe also a little tired, but I think with a larger group, maybe they can the load spread, they can get each other excited, but I think that that's a pretty good hallmark that if you're in there making dough way ahead of time, then you're excited because that's
Yeah,
not
they're
really needed until, the week or 2 before. So if you just wanna get in there and turn that equipment on and get it going and get your reps in, then that's a great sign.
they're hyped. It's it's definitely like that. I don't know what there has to be some kind of effect. I wish we had like a producer who could like Google it for us and give us the answer in our ear.
Yeah, it's good. Where's the
You know,
Gary equivalent?
where yeah, I know we need that person. Um, the that like collective energy is strong, and I think to your
Yeah.
point, you know, Sean texts me so much. He's like, "Let's go, let's go." He's like, "When are you coming to Grand Opening? Are you going to be there?" So he's in it, and it's not to take anything away from like Mike and Nate Gordon here in Madison, Alabama, father and son duo opening a shop, like opening a couple of shops, are very, very excited. They, see this hard work and it's been a long road. They first met with us back at the end of 2024. So this is like over a year in the making for them to find a spot, to get everything going, to do all this stuff. And it's it's really rewarding to come in and have the community show up today and yesterday and really see the value in fresh baked bagel coming into their community. So that was really cool, and they're excited about it. Dave is a bit on an island. Not only is he all the way out in Colorado Springs, which is pretty far away from any
Yeah.
other franchisee, but he's a single store operator. He's everybody. He's everything for everyone there, and so he was I was FaceTiming with him on Monday doing a bagel roller repair, and Danielle was on the phone with him connecting printers today. So, when you're in that grind and it's just you, you're excited, but it's like it feels different than it does when you
Yeah.
have, layers of support. So, all that to say, 3 stores opening in 3 weeks, number 29, 30, and 31. Let's go.
In 30 days, it'll be different, and it's fun to be in this moment. Hectic, for sure, to to challenging, but to be in this moment is really kind of a fun time to see them start to really stack up like this.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. And I don't know if Ryan's listening, but I don't want to leave him out. Ryan McAvoy's our first franchisee. He's going to be opening his second store in Roseville, which I think is going to happen the same week as Neptune Beach. So if that stays on track, it'll be that March 6th date. So it's a 4 stores, 3 weeks. It's a rocket
Again, training team, heroes.
heroes.
Heroes without
Not all
capes every
not all
day.
heroes wear capes. Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Some wear aprons, is that the line?
Oh, we should put
We
that
don't
on
have
a t-shirt.
aprons, but,
We could put that on a
you know?
t-shirt. We have aprons. The teams wear aprons in the back of house. We don't
Oh,
have
they
like
do, that's right.
yeah, yeah. You get covered in cream cheese um
Yeah, that's where you want them.
and flour. Yeah, they're wearing them where we need them. Yeah. Yeah. So lots of new stores. It's just such an exciting time right now. So it's really great. But this kind of leads me to my the joy report component because as we open these new stores, so many fun reviews come through, and we get just like a
You're talking about,
ton,
like, online
like
reviews,
yeah, like
like,
online reviews
through
from from
standard.
different places, Google, Yelp,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Anywhere you can place a review, people will write them, and sometimes they just send us the feedback directly, like via Instagram or Facebook with a comment or a direct message. So it's always fun to get ones that have some story to them. Not just like a 5-star great job. I
Yeah,
love when there's a little context because it gives me something to work with, right? I can go back to the team and I can be like, "Do you remember this transaction? You remember this person? They came in, they had this experience," and the team can rally. They get excited about it. Like the person
yeah.
who's like one letter initial on Google's like J 5-star review, awesome bagels. Like, okay, thank you, Jay. Like I'm not gonna say, um, don't review it. That's awesome. I appreciate that. But when they write a paragraph or they put a fun little note in there. So I have a review that I have to read because I think I have two actually. I'm going to read two. So I'm going to do two dramatic readings of reviews for the
Ooh,
podcast today as part of our Joy Report. I don't know how dramatic they'll be, but
have we decided, like, are these in character voice or like, what am I getting here? That's what I wanna
uh,
know.
well, this
Next
first
time?
one I'm just going to give you is a from right here from our Madison store opening this week. This
Excellent.
review was posted like 2 hours ago, and this is the level of commitment that I'm looking for from our guests. I love this. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Her name is Madison. We're in Madison, Alabama, but her name is Madison. And so Madison
Alright.
says, I visited both days they've been open, if that says anything about how good these bagels are. I've officially gotten my office addicted. These bagels and spreads are unlike ones that you've had before in Alabama. The smears are fresh, using real ingredients, and the bagels are soft and made fresh. I can't wait to go back again and again.
That's pretty good for a brand new store.
That's a that's like that is a great review for a brand new store. And the team in the store is amazing. They're having great interactions. They're baking great bagels. You know, we had some ups and downs today where we got a little out of stock on some bagels because we were chasing the
Yeah.
demand. But those are all good problems to have in new stores. But having such a positive experience where this person not only took the time to leave a review, which is not something everyone does. So that was very thoughtful. And then she said, I've got my office addicted to them and I'm coming back. And these are probably the best bagels I've ever had in the state. And I'm going to come back again and again and again. So I think it's really neat. That's exciting. So it's gonna be fun to be able to go back to the store team tomorrow and share these reviews. You know, they got a bunch of 5-star reviews today and talk about the impact they're having in their community. So that part's really,
Well,
really great.
and least we forget, they're technically not open yet. I mean, they're open, and it's like that's how we do our soft opens,
Yeah.
but, like, this is purposely meant to be our tune-up time for a grand on Friday. So this is also sort of the shakedown phase where new staff
Oh
is
yeah.
learning and they're receiving training and systems are being tested for the first time as far as just how the shop flows and all of those things. So to nail something like that out of
New
the
software is
gate is
being
a huge testament,
new
to the
software is
team.
rolled out and just
Yeah,
good
brand new
luck going with
systems,
it. Yeah. But no, you're right.
unexpected things.
It is a testament to the team and the work that they do and how quickly the teams that we hire are pick up. Like, they pick up the culture very quickly, they pick up the workload, the tasks very quickly, and I think it's, kudos to the training team and the folks out there that are grinding week over week to get these open. But, alright, so that was the first one because I had to recognize
Alright,
the
give me the
Madison
second one.
team. The second one, this is a little bit longer, and but this is great. This one came to us on Instagram as a direct message. So she says, Jeff, hello. I wanted to share a personal experience that I had today with your Ocoee location. One of the things I hope to bring into 2026 is an intention to connect with people over tiny, beautiful things as they happen. Coincidentally, one of the first beautiful things that happened this year was with Jeff's Bagel Run. So although somewhat long-winded, I believe the details are important here. So stick with me. Aaron, stick with me.
I
I'm a
like
mom
I
of
like the tee up. I'm bought
yeah,
in. The narrative is great. I'm like, "Alright, yeah, I'm invested. Let's go."
I'm a mom of 3 bagel-loving girls, ages 4, 2, and 7 months. Okay, the 7-month-old hasn't had her first bagel yet, but she will. We live in Maitland, which is ripe with close Jeff's locations, so thank you very much. As I rocked my youngest back to sleep at 3 a.m. this morning, I'm doom scrolling through threads. I read opinions about all the terrifying things that are happening in this world, wondering and overthinking all of the fear and internalizing why am I raising babies in this world? And then I remember that a friend of mine who lives in Winter Garden is running her first marathon at Disney this weekend. It's absolutely wild to live in this timeline where we can so easily switch between existential dread and to-do lists. Anyway, being that my friend and I don't live super close, I thought I would send her some love in the form of a dozen bagels to kick off her carb loading week and remind her that I'm thinking about her as she nears this huge goal. It was so incredibly easy to order through the app, but to personalize it a little bit more, I thought I'd ask the store team to write like a message with a Sharpie in the box for my family. They were happy to help, and my friend received some sweet and savory surprises packed with extra encouragement. It was at that moment that I realized that one of the things I love most about Jeff's is that despite the exponential growth, you've managed to keep a small town family feeling something that I think enormous companies lose when they're on every street corner. Jeff's is exactly who I think of when I want to send a thoughtful treat. I've been known to send bagels to moms and dads when they welcome new babies so they can have easy, freezable breakfast options in their first weeks home. Nothing in my brain associates the big bagel chains with personal and thoughtful. They're just too big and corporate and impersonal. All this to say, I don't come from a business background and I don't know the words and jobs associated with this vague task of keeping big business feeling small, but I sincerely hope that there are people in those jobs working at Jeff's to attempt to tackle this concept of genuine human connection. Yeah. She says, what I hope for all of you as you expand in 2026 and beyond is that you keep the same sense of small while reaching every business goal you have. I hope that Jeff's is who people think of when they want to connect with their family, friends, and community through food. I don't know whether this is intended to be a suggestion because it's not someone's sole responsibility yet, or encouragement because this is an obvious, well-known role, but I just felt compelled to share. Many thanks for reminding me that bagels from real humans are an easy way to remain in community, even when the world feels like it's on fire. That's amazing.
That's how so I'll admit this is new for me. I write software, and so this doesn't really elicit the emotion. People software doesn't elicit emotion in people like that. So this sort of feedback is net new for me with this experience. But you've been at this for years now. How does it feel when you get stuff like this? Like, what does that mean to you? Both sort of originally and then now, now that it's been sort of established. Not to say that each thing is amazing and unique and on its own, but, this has been a part of the journey. I think this is part of what makes Jeff special, and I agree with her wholeheartedly just in the broad sense of what's always made it special, but how's that journey been for you? Getting notes like this and people sort of opening up about something you built.
It is exactly what I hoped for when we opened our shop. And, this is one customer in, thousands, right? They're in all the shops that we have now and the
Mhm.
number of people we serve every day. And so um, I think I only had those screenshots to read today, but we exchanged some notes back and forth. I was grateful for her as a busy mom with a 7-month-old at 3 o'clock in the morning to have taken the time to write that many paragraphs
Yeah.
and share her experience. She went on to tell me who the team member was who wrote the note, and they put some other like cute little trinkets into the box for the marathon runner. They put like a keychain and some other cute little stuff in there just to like
Oh, cool.
support like this person on their journey, which I think is really neat. And the part that feels really good is that like, when we first opened the store, it was like Danielle and I doing that. But now it's all these other people doing that.
Yeah.
Like it's not just me. Like she didn't send it to me to say, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, that's
Someone
important.
someone else did that. And I think that's
Everyone else, the
I mean,
whole
everybody.
process, whoever answered the phone, who took the order, who wrote the note, like, everybody but you. Not to say I mean, you get what I mean by that, like, the system is doing this now, the people that have
Yeah.
joined are carrying that legacy on. That's gonna feel
Which
kind of powerful.
it's cool. It feels I don't know, I think it's I don't know if powerful is the word that I comes to mind, but it feels really um it gives me a ton of gratitude that we have such amazing people in our stores who are willing to take that time to write a note on a box to say, good luck on your marathon. Like that just people don't do that anymore.
It's
You
moving.
know, it's great. It was like I couldn't believe it. I think I shared it with so many people that I could share it with. And I was like, I'm going to share it today because it's just so cool that someone not only took the time to give us that feedback, but also there was a team member in the store who just took a phone call and took it upon themselves to make something extra special happen for someone. And that is something they didn't ask me to do. They weren't like, hey, Jeff, can we do this?
Yeah.
They didn't call anybody. They didn't call anybody. They just did it. And so the fact that the culture and the experience around what we're building shows up small like that in a community store as we grow, and we just got done talking about opening 30 and 31 stores, like It's like I hope all 31 stores can feel that small.
She brings up a really good point in her note and sort of the narrative of it. I think it has been intentional. One of the things that I still love going into the shops because every new shop seems to pick up that culture. I know it comes from our systems and our training team and all of that, but a lot of it just is coming from the people that choose to sort of jump onto this journey. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the right franchisees joining, and then they I think they're getting involved because they're sensing something, and then they're embodying that, and then that gets integrated into the culture that they're building. Because at the end of the day, there's no handbook that teaches heart and human, right? Like there's not you can write whatever you want in training in a manual and whatever. This is about just taking a little bit of joy, spreading a little bit of happiness outside of yourself, and just really, I guess, just sitting in it for a minute. And I had a similar moment. I remember I was at one of our stores and I was sitting there, I was doing a little bit of work and it was quiet. It was later in the afternoon. And our little single bagel bags, right? So we put the spreads in them too. It's a little logoed,
Mhm.
paper bag. This employee was just quickly knocking out like a bunch of doodles, just nicely. She had a Sharpie in hand and just was like, just took a few minutes and just made a stack of drawings on the back of these things, like, "Have a great day," with, like, a little cartoony sort of thing, and I was like, "What are you" I was like, "These are great. What are you doing?" And she's like, I just wanna have a minute. Sometimes I like to just rip a few of these off and then throw them in the stack, and then somebody gets them, and they smile, and and hopefully it makes their day." And she said that and went off and made some cream cheese or something, and I was just like, "That's amazing." Like, clearly not part of the job description.
No, but
Nobody's requiring that or asking that. That just she enjoyed doing it. She enjoyed the response it got. She l Seemed like she loved her job to me. I mean, that's awesome.
yeah, I think the you can have a mission that says "Bake fresh, bring joy, build community," but you have to find ways to you have to find ways for it to come to life. And whether it's a doodle or taking the time to answer the phone, which we have phones, you can call our stores. Um, it's not true for all businesses today. So, uh, you can talk to a human and you can do a human thing, and it's really special. So, I just wanted to share that today. I thought it was a really
That's a
awesome,
great one.
awesome joy report, and I hope to dig through the thousands and thousands of reviews we get and find good ones. And um, I think that might be the way we share some joy in the world because
I love that.
when people take the time to tell the story, I think it's worthy of us to share it. So pretty cool.
I
The
mean, and, just to encourage people to go and check out the social as well. I mean, this is a great place where you can witness Jeff kicking bagels, like punting bagels down down what I'm assuming was a high school football field in
there's
Vegas.
there's joy in that. Yes, there's joy in kicking a bagel. There's
You
so
got
much
some
joy in
distance
that.
on those guys.
The first one I kicked about 30 yards. I mean, I couldn't walk for 3 days, but I was impressed with
Oh,
myself.
you got after it in that video.
Yeah. I
You went
took it
for it.
there was a few takes. I did some practice kicks. The Lindsay, if you're listening, let's post the outtakes. That'd be great.
Ooh, I almost it almost reminds me of when we did the Kentucky Derby for the pimento
Yeah,
cream cheese,
the
and we
race.
did the mascot race,
The mascot race was so good. That was
and
joyful.
it was super joyful for me. I did the right thing and just was a spectator, but, for those listening, just really appreciate this because this is back in the history now, but, uh when we say did a race, we really mean a bunch of employees at home office dressed up in whatever costumes we sort of scrummed together. Just an open call if anybody had a Halloween costume or something. And so a very eclectic mix. I think it was a hot dog suit in there,
We had a hot
uh,
dog, we
a
had the bagel.
panda head.
I was a panda. I was the
It
panda in
was
that
great.
race.
But
And
what's
we
wonderful, we just did it in front of the office, and so all the traffic, it's all Orlando traffic, going to and from, work and shopping and whatnot, it's just out in front, so they're just watching this ridiculous thing happen,
you're
all
leaving out
for
the
a,
best part. There was the best part of this whole thing was that it was for it was the week of the Kentucky Derby, and
Yeah.
it was the race for pimento, and we had a trophy full of
Yes.
pimento cheese, and
Yes.
we were racing on pool noodles that we put in the shape of
This is true.
horses. So, yeah,
This is true.
it's gotta go back in the archives to find that one. Maybe just repost it in time for the Kentucky Derby again this year. I don't know. Maybe we should
Uh,
just do mascot race part 2.
I mean, maybe we just need to up the venue. We just keep upping
Maybe
the venue every year.
maybe we need to up the mascot game. Like, could we get
Ooh,
I mean, we're in Orlando, we got some great mascots. Could we get Stuff?
could you imagine? That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, we could
Get
probably find,
Stuff,
like, a we could
Nitro.
probably we could probably find someone who's like a Times Square Mickey, you know, and, like,
Yep,
race race like Times Square
yep.
Mickey and Stuff,
The
Nitro, the bagel guy.
Captain
That'd be
America,
awesome.
Nitro. Yeah, this should not be hard.
We can
We're
make
in
this happen.
Orlando. This is not hard.
We can make this happen.
There's plenty of costumes in Orlando.
Oh my god.
You know,
The threads
the
we pull. Like,
it's
we've unraveled
that's
it's just
that's a
unraveled.
that needs to be though, like, a stretch goal for the brand is, like, to just at some point, I want, like, official Universal characters,
Mm,
official Disney characters, local, again, Stuff, Nitro. I want, like, a real mascot race
alright.
for this pimento cheese.
Alright, I'll work on that. I got a few weeks, a month maybe. Something something else that brings joy, Aaron, are new bagels of the day. And
Yes, at least to me.
we we're a bagel podcast, so we have to talk about bagels. I think where we spotlight a bagel of the day or spotlight a bagel of the week, kind of in this idea of like, where did it come from? What's the origin story? How did it come to be? And 2 new ones are coming. One came out today. Did you eat it?
I am so mad that I did not. I normally try to build my schedule around new bagel of the day drops, and I just blew it on this one and didn't get into a store, and I'm so mad, so
So you
mad.
missed out
It
on
needs to come
Mike's
back.
you missed out on Mike's hot honey pepperoni.
Ugh, I know, I
This is
know.
a creation that came out of Baker's Choice back on National Bagel Day. The baking team in Charleston created this. I think it might have been spearheaded by one of our leaders out there. His name is DJ. And this was a sun-dried tomato dough topped with a very specific amount of pepperoni, 5 slices of pepperoni.
Oh, is that, like, dialed in? That was in the recipe specifically?
Yes, it's in the recipe, and the reason it's in the recipe is that the shape of our bagel and the size of our bagel, that if you put 5 on there, there's a pepperoni in every bite all the way around the bagel.
I was gonna ask you if this is, like, bite
It's
logistics driven.
perfect, like, it is bite logistics
Excellent.
driven. Drizzle with the Hot Mike's hot honey, topped with a slice of pepper jack cheese, and sprinkled with oregano.
That's
The
crazy.
build the build is, like, stacked, it's, like, so many things on that bagel, and it is so good. It was so good. Flew out of the store in Madison today, couldn't keep it on the
I
shelf.
was gonna say, those people
Couldn't
have
keep it
never
on the
really
shelf.
seen this is a new Jeff store, so they've never seen how the bagel a day really gets. So that's a strong initial offering for
They
a new
actually
store.
they have a crazy strong start this week. I mean, this week's actually been it's like all bangers this week. They're getting cinnamon roll on their grand opening.
Oh, are they? Yeah,
Tomorrow,
that's a
grand
fan
opening,
favorite.
cinnamon roll. It's like, but yeah, so this bagel came out of the, uh, the Charleston market. The team did an awesome job, and it was a winner right out of the gate. I'm looking right now. It did about, uh, where is it? About 8% of bagel sales today. So pretty strong performance for a new bagel of the day. Just saying.
That's and I always measure it by the chatter, like the internal chatter, and, our I mean, let's face it, if you work for Jeff's, you eat some bagels, where we eat a lot of bagels,
We eat a lot of bagels. We
y
talk a lot of bagel. Yeah.
it's a lot of bagels going on, and so when the new bagel of the day, like, dominates the chatter, it's like, internally, it's good because it's like, it has to be next level good for
I
everybody to
got
be like,
multiple
"Oh, man, have
texts,
you tried this?"
multiple
Yeah.
text messages today. Hashtag best bagel of the day. Make this an everyday bagel. Why didn't we have this sooner? Yeah. you know,
It's because we didn't invent it. We didn't have Baker's Choice. Hadn't
we're
had one
working on this
recently.
stuff. We're working on this stuff. So I was super hyped for this one. It was delicious. It lived up to all the.
So I need an honesty moment from you. Okay. I'm going to put you on the spot here. When an absolute hit, and we've had a couple recently that have come from like stores basically, and they just crushed it. When a bagel comes in like that, are you a little bit like, "Oh, man, I wish I had thought of that. I wish that was my idea."
the
Just a little bit?
so definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm like,
Not too
why
proud.
why didn't I think of that first? Or this is excellent idea. Credit where credit's due, you know? I mean, this is a great bagel, and I think a lot of times there's collaborative stuff that happens where someone will have a great idea and then we'll work to try to pull it together because they can't get it quite right, and then, maybe I was working on something similar, we couldn't get it quite right, and, I think there's times where those moments happen, but then there's times where just the creativity of this team and the thoughtfulness of this team just pulls through and hits a home run, and this is a great example. So, and we have some stacked up. I mean, they are they are stacked
Well,
up.
what do I need to be looking out for? I gotta build my I got scheduling days ahead to plan for. So what do I need to
I'm not gonna give you the
mark my
specific
calendars?
not giving you the specific day, Aaron. That would not be
Well, I c
fun,
that's okay. I can go in the
but,
app
you know,
and tell it to
next
remind
month
me.
yes, next month you should be looking out for, okay, well, next month is exciting. It's March, and so we have a fun promotion coming. Bagel Madness is coming back in a new way,
Ooh,
in a
fan
big
favorite.
way. Super excited about that. So we double down on bagels of the day. Towards the end of the month, we're going to start to have a little competition. So more details to come on that as it rolls out. But in the beginning of March, you should be looking out for a maple bacon bagel. Another bagel that came out of the Baker's Choice. And this one is so good. So, so good.
What's the cream cheese pair on that, in your opinion?
Well, let me tell you about the bagel first, and then you can maybe pick one.
Alright.
It's a plain bagel topped with dusted, as per the directions, dusted with cinnamon and sugar, sprinkled with bacon bits, baked, and then finished after baking with a maple flavored icing.
Oh, so it's iced.
It's iced. It is like,
Interesting.
yeah, so it's gonna get a maple icing, like drizzle on top of the bacon and cinnamon sugar bagel. So it's like the epitome of sweet and salty. All in one. I don't even know if it needs cream cheese. I think you just eat it.
Some of them
Just
don't.
just eat it
Like,
straight up. Straight up eat that thing. If you need cream cheese, I think there's only, like, 2 choices. You're
alright.
doing brown sugar cinnamon cream cheese
Yeah, yeah.
or cinnamon honey butter.
I think you're right. I find that when the bagel gets more elaborate, I guess I'll say, sweet or, savory. Like, some of our pizza bagels have a lot of flavors. They're very flavor, forward on just the bagel itself. I find that that's when I go to the butters. Like, if you're one of those like, strongly flavored just bagel, like a pizza bagel, man, the garlic butter, perfect. Just let it melt on there, let it sort of blend in, and then you're really just eating the bagel. Same thing with the sweets. It's like just a little sweetness, a little brown sugar, something like that. Because the spreads are very strongly flavored in a good way, obviously,
Yeah.
but like and then they're kind of competing. So if that pairing's not right on, it's like, okay, there's a lot going on here. But if you just want the bagel, I mean, the butters are a sleeper hit.
Mm, yeah, butter's real good. I will okay, so when I get the garlic herb butter, I'll put a little bit on the bagel, and then I'll save the rest of it, and then later that night when Lucas is like he's my eight-year-old, when he's like, "Daddy, make me some pasta," and I make, like, way too much I wait
I
I and I
was
make
doing,
and I make way too much pasta for him, and I've got, like,
yeah.
some, like, penne or maybe, like, some nice thick, like, ziti in the pot, and he just wants a little bit of, like, salt on there, and I give it to him. I go to that garlic herb butter, and I put that butter just right into that pot, swirl it around, and then hit it with a little bit of fresh grated Parmesan. Oh, it's so
It's a
good.
it's
It's
amazing.
so good.
These are the insights that come out of having access to all of these things for as long as you have. It's like Jeff's is Jeff's ingredients are just in your mind. Where can I use these things? I'll tell you, another good example is that cannoli spread. That cannoli spread or the cookie butter spread. Those can be used anywhere. That's
Those are
just
like
straight up good.
I mean, yes, they're cream cheese, but they're just dips.
They're
They're
just
just
good.
dips. Spoon them out, put them in a bowl, put some pretzels around them. 'em, they're dips,
Seriously.
right? They're dips. Uh, I had a guest tell me one time, this is years ago, uh, early days, Ocoee location after we made the chive and onion cream cheese for the first time.
Mhm.
She said that she took the leftover chive and onion and she mixed it into her mashed potatoes.
Oh,
And I was like,
yeah.
"Whoa, let's go. That sounds delicious."
Yeah, it does.
Sounds really
Chive
good.
and onion's probably one of my favorites. It's, like, the go-to for me is normally chive and onion versus, the jalapeno, just because the jalapeno is so
Mm.
strong, like, just so I like the heat on it. But yeah, man, that chive and onion, I like putting a little crème fraiche in mashed potatoes, so that's, like, right in that same zone.
Alright, so now your mission this weekend is to pick up some chive and onion, drop a little bit into some mashed potatoes, and, report back.
But Jeff, now I gotta make mashed potatoes. I don't know how to do these things. I I
I'll send
type
you a
on
link.
keyboards.
I'll send
You
you a
gotta
link.
just like instant potatoes, you gotta put this within my capability
I
set,
mean,
Jeff.
do you know what the chive and onion cream cheese would do to instant potatoes? Like, instant level up. People will be like, "Where'd you get these?
I'd be
Aaron, these are
I'd
amazing."
I'd be fancy, right? Like,
You
that's like
you would be yeah, yeah,
this is
it would
like a
be
bad
amazing.
comedy where I'm in the back, like, pretending like it's like a movie, like, really the whole family's
Oh,
out
yeah.
there, and I'm cooking, and it's really just Jeff's ingredients in the back that I'm mixing into
It's
box
like
foods.
that
Yeah.
it's when they're like, Aaron's like, "I got dinner, don't worry, like, just leave me
Yeah,
alone, stay
exactly.
out of the kitchen," and,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
the caterer sneaks in and, like, Aaron's
Yes.
plating it all.
It's all just Jeff's. It's all just
That's
Jeff's.
amazing. That's amazing. I'm having a great week, Aaron. I hope your day turned around. This was definitely a great way to end a Thursday.
This is how I like to cap it. Store's opening, going to the weekend.
Grand
Everything's good, man.
openings. That's
Grand
awesome.
openings
Let's
every
go.
week. That's what I expect now. Every
Stop it. I have 3
I'm
at
s
least how about the next 3 weeks? Grand openings the next 3 weeks. Deal?
I'm saying this is one of those things that's lost on podcasts, and I'm saying this as I look into Jeff's very tired eyes, knowing he's been at the store since 4 AM, the last 2
Yeah.
days straight.
Yeah.
You got 3 more to go. Like, I it's a tired joy, Jeff, but
It's a tired joy.
you do it so well.
Thanks. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Yo, fresh out the oven, ready to run. What's hot this week at Just Bagel Run? Jeff and Aaron bring the fun. It's the weekly run, let's get it.